My family secretly changed my younger brother's wedding venue. I flew 8,000 miles from NZ to meet him, and I arrived at an empty Hoboken event space. 2 days earlier, I'd locked up my place in Queenstown, dumped meetings, and booked a brutal last-minute flight. I dropped almost $8,500 just to be there. I wasn't coming home to flex. I was coming home because he was my little brother, and I still wanted to believe we could be normal for one night. My family has always acted like my life doesn't count unless it serves them. The last time I visited, my aunt smiled and said, "Must be nice playing rich girl in New Zealand." My mom laughed. My brother stared at his plate and let it happen. That's what they do. Small digs, big silence. So I showed up in Hoboken in a suit, gift in hand, heart stupidly hopeful. No music, no staff, no chairs, just darkness and cold rain tapping the glass. I called my brother. 1 ring, voicemail. I called my mom. 1 ring, voicemail. Dad, sister, 2 aunts. 1 ring, voicemail. Every time. That's when I knew this wasn't an accident. This was planned. I opened Instagram because I knew one person would post everything. My sister-in-law's best friend. I watched the stories load one by one. There they all were laughing under a flower arch, clinking champagne, acting like a perfect family. The geotag wasn't Hoboken. It was Hudson Valley, 3 hours north. Then a random iCloud email hit my phone. 1 screenshot. My family group chat. The name at the top said, "The Real Family." Slow motion, frame by frame. First, I wiped rain off my screen. Then I read, "Don't tell her the new address." Next, my mom dropped a heart in approval. After that, my dad wrote, "Good, she'll make it about herself." Then my brother added, "Send a gift. Go back to your sheep." Again, I reread it, jaw clenched, hands shaking. Finally, I heard the rain louder than my heartbeat. I didn't cry in public. I didn't drive upstate to crash a wedding I wasn't wanted at. I just stood there long enough to accept it. They'd rather punish me than share a spotlight. I walked to a trash can and dropped my gift inside a luxury honeymoon I'd paid for and curated. The rain soaked the paper instantly. I watched it warp, turned around, and left. I ended up in a greasy diner, still in my wetsuit, eating a cheeseburger I couldn't taste. My phone stayed silent. No apology, no explanation, not even a fake, "Are you okay?" But I wasn't in New Jersey only for that wedding. My grandfather had asked me to see him in person, quietly, before anything happened. He called my parents and siblings vultures and told me they were sniffing around his will. When I walked into his suite, he didn't ask questions. He looked at my soaked shoulders, nodded once, and pointed at a biometric safe in his closet. Inside was the original copy of his will sealed, notarized, the real one. He'd spent months setting it up with estate lawyers. I was the executor. I was the primary beneficiary. Everyone else got their inheritance converted into restricted allowances that I controlled. He made me promise I'd take the original back to New Zealand. "They can't steal what they can't touch," he said. I flew back without a word to anyone. I went full ghost mode for 42 days while they told themselves I was pouting and would crawl back. Then, on day 42, my phone exploded. 250 calls and texts in half an hour. My grandfather had passed that morning, and my family sprinted to the estate attorney like it was a cash-out window. The attorney told them the accounts were frozen. He told them their copies were useless. He told them the only valid original was 8,000 miles away. With me, the messages started demanding. Then they got polite. Then they got terrified. My mom, "Sweetheart, pick up. We can't access the accounts for the funeral." My aunt, "This is a misunderstanding. Call me now." And my brother, the same guy who told me to go back to my sheep, "Please, we need the trust to close on our house. The lawyer says we get nothing without your signature." I'm sorry about the wedding. I sat on my balcony in Queenstown and let the notifications stack up. Because the funniest part is this. They only remembered I existed when money was on the line. I'll do what my grandfather wanted, by the letter. They'll get their drip-fed allowances and nothing more. And they can sit with the fact that their real family group chat handed the keys to their whole kingdom to the person they tried to lock outside in the rain. So tell me, if your family did this to you, would you answer the phone or let it ring?